You don't really see them, but they are there, and they're the fastest growing group that we have when we're dealing with homelessness in the city.
We don't want to think that there are children who are homeless. Not in our country, not in our community. We don't want to think about it. So relaying that fact is really hard.
Well, it's estimated right now that there's about 1,900 to 2,000 homeless children in Oklahoma City alone, about 1 million nationwide. And I think it's important to understand what homeless means.
In Oklahoma, the fastest, and actually across the country, the fastest growing group of homeless people are families with children.
National studies are showing that the average age of a homeless person is 6 years old. So homelessness has a different face than what most people think about.
There are street homeless children. We have served families that live in their cars, but we're talking about children that live in shelters, City Rescue, Salvation Army, the YWCA's domestic violence shelter. We have students homeless that are couch homeless, which means you're doubled up, tripled up, sleeping on someone's floor.
There are a lot of children who are lacking things that are very basic in our community. And because they're lacking those things, they can never benefit from the education that's being provided. No 6-year-old should have to wonder if she's going to eat that night or worry about where she's going to spend the night.
I have always felt that we all have a responsibility to, in some way, to help take care of people who need our help. And this particular group, the kids that we serve, are probably the most vulnerable in our community.
My background is I'm a classroom teacher, and I think I know how kids learn. And these kids need us. They need someone who understands.
Children don't have a choice. They don't have an option. I grew up living on the edge of poverty. It's just something that I always knew. It was always a feast or famine situation in my household.
I spent a couple of years working at City Rescue Mission, and that was really my first approach to dealing with homelessness and understanding what that was all about.
I remember my mom asked me to go down with my younger brothers to the store and get some food. And we came back with some sacks full of orange juice and eggs and bread, things like that. And I remember reflecting years later and realized that that was a church food pantry. And I remember the first thing I felt when I realized that was that I was really embarrassed. Immediately after that, I realized what an amazing blessing that was, that we didn't have to go hungry. Positive Tomorrows is Oklahoma's only private, tuition-free elementary school specifically for children who are homeless.
We teach the same things. We're an accredited school. We focus on the same kind of lessons that any other school in Oklahoma would.
What we do differently is that we have case managers that can support the families. We have one-on-one counseling. We have a mindset. We get it. We're teaching those social skills, those grace and courtesy things. Content is secondary, to those skills that you and I got.
We know that for a good number of our children that a lot of the nutrition that they get is at Positive Tomorrows. It's not unusual on Monday morning for us to have children come in who are very hungry because they've not had much to eat over the weekend.
Education is the way out of extreme poverty. You can't get out of poverty without education being that road. But hope is what that end product looks like.
Growing the person and hope building, I think that's really what we do here.
If you're continually running into closed doors because of financial issues or other pressures in your family, you begin to lose hope. And then, once hope is gone, then you become helpless.
The first thing that we need is to spread awareness about homelessness in the city.
We rely on monetary donations to provide the things that we provide to our kids. We rely on the support of donors in the community to be able to give these children a second chance.
We would love to start a pre-K class. We have all these things in mind that we would love to be able to do and able to serve our community better, but funding is the large issue.
It's amazing, the power of one person to change a life. And we need that. We need you.
We would enjoy to have more people become more involved in what we do. And for some people that may be volunteering an hour a week, but we're really hoping that we will have folks that join in on a financial level.
The gifts that we receive allow us to provide the services to the children: education, social services, counseling, food, transportation, all the basic needs.
We don't have space to serve the numbers of kids that we would like to serve. That's one of our dreams that's in the future. We would like to be able to encompass more classroom areas and be able to educate more children who need the special services that we provide.
We need to stay open to serve these kids, and that takes money. We joke about we need to keep the lights on, but all our salaries here are donated, and that's how we stay here and able to do what we do, is through the generosity of people.